Yeah, I think we've lost every power play, whether bowling or batting first, so that's the starting point. You know, played a really good game of cricket, probably burgled a win from nowhere, and then had a 5-day break, so maybe lost a bit of rhythm and momentum, and then we couldn't find our way back. Obviously, a big concern was the fielding and the way we fielded. It didn't look like a team that had energy compared to how we were a little bit more fluid on the field last year. Found some rhythm at stages. Guys put their hands up when we needed, put on totals that sort of gave us a chance. But like I said, when you lose the power play going 4 wickets down or not getting wickets from a bowling perspective first, it's very hard to come back from that.
If I could just ask you, you mentioned the power play, your top order has been a bit unsettled and also not really put the runs on. Was there something else you could have done, and do you think maybe Connie opening more consistently might help?
Yeah, obviously at the start of the competition there was a sort of method to the madness with regards to Kuni batting at 4. And after 5 games we realized that it wasn't really working out and we needed starts. And then pushed Kuni up. He showed glimpses of what he can do, but probably didn't have the support around him to get those totals that we would have liked in the power play and bat through. And then from a bowling perspective, I think we didn't take enough wickets in the power play, and in doing so we didn't stem the flow of runs, so we were quite expensive in most of the power plays. And once you lose the power play, it's very difficult in the game of T20 cricket, regardless of how well you bowl in that middle.
Keshav, I don't think I've ever seen you quite as upset on a cricket ground as you were that wide was called, which you obviously ended up referring for a catch. Was that just frustration boarding over, or what was your thought process?
Look, I know the wide was never going to change over the decision, but maybe a little break the concentration of the batter. We felt at the time it wasn't a wide. Obviously umpires are allowed to get decisions wrong, or we'll have to have a look to see if it was the right one or not. But in hindsight, the game's done now, so we can't focus on that. Probably heat of the moment, just asking the question as to did you not feel it was going that way? I think with the 2 LBW decisions as well, the reasons that were given didn't correlate to the outcome basically. So I think, as the leader, I was allowed to ask the question. Look, like I said, we're all human. We're going to make mistakes. And you know what? At the end of the day, we can't unchange whatever's done now.
Just on the impact that Noaman has made in the team, really probably one of the positives for you this season.
Yeah, very much so. I think he's a world-class performer. I think for the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen him really come to light on the international and franchise circuit. He's a wicket taker. He's a weapon that I can call upon anytime, and I know there's wickets in his hand. I'm just glad that he's on our side and not against us. And hopefully that sort of DSG relationship is there for a longer period of time.
Keshav, you're obviously had 2 seasons as captain now. But just what have you learned about yourself personally as captain this season?
Yeah, 2 very contrasting seasons. But I think, look, from a personal perspective, I love captaincy. It helps me think clearly at times, especially on the field. Keeps me a little bit more calmer than I normally am, except for today. But I think for me personally, it's, the one thing that I really try and get is the camaraderie amongst my teammates. It is a short competition, and that's something that I feel I do really well, understanding my players, trying to get the best out of them. Look, as much as we can do that, sometimes it's hard. It doesn't transfer onto the field, and I feel like it's one of those seasons. But having said that, I've enjoyed it very much. I'm very proud of my team so far. We've still got a game to go. There's a lot of pride to play for, a lot of meaningfulness for this badge, and for the owners that have invested in us. So, we're not just giving up. We're going to go and try to be as positive as we can and finish as high up as we can, whether it be the highest net run rate we can get. That's the brand of cricket we want to play. And, if we can get over the line in this next game, then it's a nice filter into next season from a momentum perspective.
Keshav, a lot of Australians keen to know whether Marcus Stoinis is going to turn up in the Champions Trophy. Do you have any update on what's wrong with him and his severity?
He just felt something in his hammy. He didn't think it was too serious, but obviously the logical thing to do as a fast bowler is to go off the field. So, I'm sure the medical staff will assess and then communicate with probably Cricket Australia, but I think he'll be okay. He's a soldier, he's a fighter, and he's a big unit, so I'm sure he'll be okay. Yeah, well, look, from a batting perspective, I think whenever we needed someone to stand up, he did that. Guys are in awe of the way he trains and how precise and detailed he is with regards to his training and the way he transfers his training into the field. He's a great guy. he has good banter, good chats. He's someone that you can pick up the phone at any time and have a cricket conversation. A lot of knowledge that we've tried to tap into as much as we can. And just after the game, when we sit and have some food and drinks together as a unit, he's sharing a lot of stories of cricket and just life in perspective. And it's been phenomenal to have someone like him in our change room.